Hello, everybody who is listening to us or watching us today. As you know, my name is Mirka. I'm from Montessori Institute Prague, and I have been recording podcasts and interesting conversations with really interesting people recently to share with you, because it's my great privilege to know so many wonderful, amazing Montessorians who are doing incredible work. And one of these people is Sarah Keteleja. I hope I did a good job pronouncing. Sarah is from Montessori community of Tanzania, and we just recently saw each other at the annual global meeting of AMI in Delft in the Netherlands. We didn't talk to each other, but we saw each other from afar. And as soon as I got home, I got an email from our mutual wonderful friend, Simone Davies, who said, Sarah would like to ask some questions about the Congress, and could you have some time with her? And I said, yes, of course. And then, you know me, when you ask me something, there I am going back and asking as well, saying, and can we also do a conversation about the work that you're doing in Tanzania? Because it's so exciting, and it's people are going to be so inspired by what you do. So Sarah, I'm going to let you share screen, and if you would like to say a couple words about yourself and about the work that you do, I think everybody needs to hear about that. So thank you for coming today, and let's see if you can share. Thank you.
Actually, I'm happy and pleased to meet you, Mirka. And I'm happy that today we are talking about Montessori and everything about Tanzania. As you said, my name is Sarah Keteleja. I'm the Executive Director of Montessori Community of Tanzania since 2021. I have 15 years of experience working with children from different organizations in Tanzania. In my role as Executive Director of the Montessori Community of Tanzania, I actively promote an inclusive learning environment in which children have affordable access to Montessori pedagogy of learning for their holistic development. So this year, Montessori Community of Tanzania got affiliated with MI. We are the 5th, and we are happy to be part of this large community network of Montessori expertise as we get a chance to learn, to share, and to explore more of Montessori in the world. So during the AGM, I got an opportunity to speak about Montessori in Tanzania, and today I'll speak about it also. So this is Montessori Community of Tanzania. It was the presentation that was done in Delft. It's still the same. So Montessori Community of Tanzania, actually, the name of Montessori Community of Tanzania said it started 2021, but Montessori entered in Tanzania in 1967 through Miss Dwyer. Some people know Miss Dwyer from London. And she was invited by Aga Khan Foundation to come in Tanzania to help transform a nursery school to a Montessori school. And she came in 1967, but she could not stay longer because there was some political issues and they could not, the situation was not safe for them, so they have to left and go back to their countries. But in 1971, she was invited with a Swiss sister, Divine, to come and support and help the mothers and the children in the country who are coming from the very poor area. So she came in 1971 with the help and support of Mr. Mario Montessori. Actually, from some of her speeches, she said that it was not difficult. They have to have a lot of conversation for her to make her to come back in Tanzania in 1971. So she came in 1971 and started to help these young mothers, girls, and children in Montessori studies. Although the environment was very poor, was very not conducive, even to make material was not easy. They have to use some garbages, some trash to make material. But she never gave up because she has support from people from the community and where she was coming from. And in 1972, then she introduced Montessori Training College in Tanzania because she wanted to train people who can kill the vision of Montessori in Tanzania. And this Montessori college was specifically for certificates. So she got some girls who came and studied in this training center. And she didn't end up there. She also took some of the graduates from this training center to go to London, to Maria Montessori Training Organization for further studies to get an international diploma, that they can come and further the spread of Montessori in Tanzania. And this was Sister Gaspara, we have Sister Salvina, Sister Salustia, Sister Dennis. And when they came back, they started to establish centers in different regions in the country. So, for instance, Sister Gaspara went and opened in Lushoto, built a training center there. It's called Usambara Sisters. And Sister Dennis, who was also still running Msimbazi Center, which was established in 1972, but social, she went to establish another one in the Lake Zone. Sister Salvina and Miss Dwyer, they're still operating in the Dar es Salaam. And then we have Sister Bentrout, who also went to open another training center in Mtwara. So with the support of Miss Lawrence and Lynn Lawrence and Mrs. Patel, who were in London, who were giving scholarship people from Tanzania to go in London to take to study international diploma. And then the Montessori started to spread out throughout the country. So in 1997, they decided to introduce the Montessori Training Association because now there were 4 training centers, and there are a lot of teachers who have been trained, goes to different regions, but they want to know where are the teachers, what are they doing, are they practicing Montessori, what are the challenges, how can they support them. So they introduced Montessori Training Association of Tanzania. They meet once in a year because they didn't have enough funds to do several meetings, and come all the graduates from Montessori training centers and share the experience and see how they can support each other. And the duty of these principals from the training center was to monitor, to follow up, to give them support wherever is possible for their own financial support by then. So this community grew up and become bigger and bigger for years. And then in 2021, they said, no, we have been as a Montessori association, only Montessorians. Now we want to bring more people, community, parents who are interested with Montessori learning so that they can be part of this community and spread more Montessori. And Montessori can go further from the schools to home to wherever that's possible, it can go further. So that's why we changed the name from Montessori Training Association of Tanzania to Montessori Community of Tanzania, so that now it's open for everyone. And we are very happy because in Tanzania, we are working all over Tanzania, and most of the parents are really interested, and joining the communities is quite interesting. And the vision of Montessori Community of Tanzania is to create a learning environment in which children have affordable access to Montessori pedagogy of learning for their holistic development. As I said, the vision of Montessori Community of Tanzania is creating a learning environment in which children have affordable access to Montessori pedagogy of learning and for their holistic development. So this is what we are envisioning in the country, that all the environment that we create, that children from different areas, they get access to this Montessori. As Montessori is very expensive, but we want to be affordable so that a lot of children can get access to this kind of learning. Our mission is to promote Montessori pedagogy by supporting children's natural growth and care. That we promote Montessori pedagogy for the support of children's natural growth and care in our country. So this is the structure of our organization. We have our annual general meeting We have the board of directors that they are overseeing all the activities of Montessori Community of Tanzania. And we have management, but you see this, we have Montessori training centers as one of our founder to the organization. So all training centers are under the Montessori Community of Tanzania, and we work together. And we have zonal coordinators. These zonal coordinators, they are playing a major role in the country to make a follow-up, to give a support to the teachers in the country. Last year, we celebrated 25 years of Montessori in Tanzania, Montessori Community of Tanzania. And this was a big celebration to us. And most of the people came, more than 5,000 people who were part of Montessori. Some of them showed up, and we had a big celebration. For the past 25 years, we have been able to establish 7 training centers who are actively practicing and teaching teachers in Montessori pedagogue. We have 7 of them. And another impact is that for 25 years, we have managed to train people or teachers in certificate level, about 5,450 in the country. We have graduates of national diploma, about 115. We have one training center that gave a national diploma. And we have 54 graduates of international diploma. Some got in Tanzania, some went in London. And we have new enrollments in different institutions for international diploma also, which is going on since last year. And we have 3 people who are now starting the journey of Montessori trainers in the country, as we prepare that to have our own trainers for Montessori pedagogue. And for the past 25 years, we have managed to establish more than 2,500 Montessori schools in the country. They've spread over the country, and this was quite possible because when we introduced the Montessori, we did a lobbying to the government, and the government had a buy-in and said that if you want to open a nursery school, a pre-primary school, you must have a Montessori teacher from our training centers. So it was easy to spread out because everyone who starts a school have to come and take a teacher from us. And these are more of private schools. The government school that we are working on now, there are about 20 that they are practicing Montessori. And through this empowerment, through this establishment, we have reached more than 100,000 children in the country who have gone through the Montessori learning. So this is Tanzania, which is have like 61 people population since of last year, and 61 million people. And this is the whole country, and we divided in 7 zones. So every zone coordinator working in its own area to some regions so that to support and monitor every Montessori activities. And these are some of the zonal coordinators that they are working all over the countries. And all of these zonal coordinators, they have international diploma in Montessori. They experienced teachers of more than 5 years. So when they go to teachers, they give them support. And all of this, they have 3 to 6 international diploma. And this year, we are going to start 6 to 12 international diploma because we want to scale up from pre-primary to elementary. And these were some of the members who showed up for our 25-year celebration. We have more than 5,000 members. And last year, 600 people showed up for the celebration. Our strategic goals for 2023-2025 as an organization. First of all, we want to coordinate, to have to strengthen in coordination of Montessori practice in Tanzania. We have to strengthen the training centers to standardize, to put a standardization, harmonize the situation, and just to make sure that the product that comes out from our training center is what is needed in the market right now, but also to give them any support, because we have some scholarship to the training center, since Montessori studies is expensive. For instance, for international diploma, there's a almost a full scholarship from Atwasa Foundation that they support us, but also to improve the learning environment of the Montessori area. For instance, this was a new daycare center, and you can see the before and after that we transformed the environment so that to be accessible to the children. And another strategic goal is to knowledge and development and dissemination, that we have done research last year to see if the Montessori is relevant in the country, and the report shows that Montessori is very relevant in our country, and we want this knowledge to be disseminated, to be shared, so that the Montessori can be spread out. A lot of done in the country, but was not publicized, was not shared, and there's a lot of movement, good things have done, but now we want to showcase what they've done for 25 years. So we have done some documentaries, we have do some researches. So this is what we want to do more in these 3 years. But we also want to scale up an integration of Montessori pedagogy in public schools, because this is the current situation in some of the public schools, because now this is a free education, and a lot of children are going to school, but they're enrolled, but the space, the environment is not good for the children. So we want to introduce Montessori in a public school, and we see how we can help and support the government. Right now we have 20 schools that work with the government, and we hope by 2025 we'll have more schools that will be supporting and improve the learning environments. We do some outreach to the community, that parents, local leaders, and all stakeholders who are dealing with early childhood development. We come together, we discuss issues pertaining to children and challenges, and we come out with a common solution, so that to have these children in the Tanzania to have a good growing up environment. In this, we have a platform, we call it Montessori Hub, whereby all the stakeholders dealing with the ECD, that we come together, we discuss. It doesn't matter which pedagogue, which curricula you're implementing, but we want to share the common solutions and see and how we can support the children in the country. And this has been so effective. Parents are interested, and some of them, they want to learn the Montessori ways to support their children is at home. And another one, I can say that we are doing partnership and networking through the support of Atwasa Foundation from Switzerland. They have been signing us a contract with us that they're going to support us for 10 years to improve the learning, the Montessori learning in the country. For instance, this is the building of model schools. Now we are building a model schools of Montessori in the country, and this is the public school. It's already finished, and they have introduced, they've been help us to introduce Montessori learning in the public schools in a better way. For instance, now we have a package model whereby the government has a buy-in. In service teachers, they come to one of our training center in Bukoba and study the Montessori, and then go back to the public schools and start to implement. And this started last year, and the first cohort finished in March, and we expect to do it for 2 years. So we expect to spread more of Montessori in the public schools, because more of the children go to the public schools because it's a free education. But in the public, it's not easy. In the private, it's not easy because it's expensive. And I can say that's it about Montessori Community of Tanzania, unless you have a question.
Yes, thank you. Please stop sharing so I can see you better. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I saw the presentation at the AGM, and it really left a very, very deep impression on me, what you have accomplished in 25 years. And there's a couple of things that stand out to me. as really interesting, Sarah, and I want to maybe ask you for a comment on that. The change of the name of the organization from Montessori Training Association of Tanzania to Montessori Community of Tanzania. It's my experience that it's really, really important to build a community if one wants to bring Montessori to their country. Could you elaborate a little bit on that? How did that change? How did that change your work? You know, what was the reason, and did you see some impact after you changed your strategy of?
Montessori Training Association was registered under the Department of International Affairs, and this department, when we register as an association, means it's all the people who have common interest can come together. So it was like bounding us, all the Montessori people who have gone for study of Montessori, they can meet and implement the Montessori activities. So for non-Montessorians cannot join the movement, and the intention to open up for the community, because we say that we want the Montessori to spread out. We want Montessori to be learned from the home to the community to the schools, to be open for everyone who is interested. So we wanted government people, other stakeholders who are interested in Montessori to come part of this community and start to learn. So that's why we had to change from Montessori Association to Montessori Community. In this, we are registered under the Department of Social Welfare. It's a non-profit organization. It's a membership organization. So whoever who is interested, whoever who wants to know about Montessori can join this movement. But before, it was difficult. It was only for the people who have studied Montessori, have common interest of Montessori, they can come together and join the group. And mostly were the teachers who graduated from the training centers. So we wanted new ideas, new experience and challenges so that we can come together and find some common solution and see how Montessori can support to tackle these challenges. And that's why we have to change to community. And I can say that there's a big impact, because now even a school owner can join, even government people we have, even the parents, they join. So they learn, and we've opened up people who are dealing with the early childhood development area. We come together and share what do you do and what we do, and see what we have, what we don't have. We learn from each other, some lessons learned. And this has been enlarging the group and increase the spread of Montessori in the country.
That's amazing. I think this is really important for people who are thinking about opening associations to think about, to actually ask themselves the question, for whom are they going to work, and are they going to unite Montessori teachers and Montessori professionals, or do they want to reach the wider community? And you made the step of, you made the transition. You started as a professional organization, and then you opened the organization up to parents, and you became much more inclusive and welcoming. And I can imagine 5,000 members is a lot. 5,000 is a huge community, and that's amazing success. Yeah, thank you. Okay, you're one of the things that you said also, and I think this is a big issue for almost everybody in the whole global Montessori movement, of affordability of Montessori education. What's your strategy? How do you go about that? How do you, because you say Montessori materials are expensive, it's expensive to educate teachers in international trainings. How do you make Montessori affordable for your community?
Yes, one of the strategies that we are using is to make sure that the teachers who are coming to the colleges for studying Montessori, they are able to make their own materials, because it's a big challenge to order materials from the outside, and we have to establish workshop centers to every training centers that they can make and help this teacher make their own material. And every teacher who graduates is going out with a full set of school materials that you can go and start a daycare center. That was more easy for the teachers to to register their own schools, or when somebody wants to open a school, doesn't have to buy materials. Just take a teacher from our training centers and they have all the materials. Except these cinder blocks, this needs a lot of machines to do that we don't have, but those necessary materials, those important ones that we can make on our own. But also we call the refresher course for our teachers every year, and they bring them all the materials and we repair them and we make the new ones also. So to make more affordable, accessible to the teachers, and also to help the spreading of this Montessori, because buying material from outside is very expensive and teachers cannot afford, or the school owners. So that was the strategy that helped us to make it more affordable in the country.